Do we have dabs somewhere? You're a monster. The Botanist in Shrewsbury.
Aren't they medical only? I gotta renew my card.
No, they are rec too.
Oh, sick.
But Ed, $70 for 4 grams. So even with tax, that's $84 for 4 grams. That's $21 per gram for dabs. Rec.
Yeah.
Or when I go get some, I can pick you some up. No, I can't, because medical weed, you can't share it.
Just cut that out.
Oh, good. You'll just edit this part. Okay.
I mean, there's probably more like government spooks that are going to end up watching this video than actual viewers on YouTube, so take that with as you may. Yeah, sorry to any government spooks watching this. I'm sorry that you got to do your job like that, but you're all probably robots by now.
Well, you
so
gotta have subtitles in Russian for this part too.
So
now,
I'm sorry to all the government spooks that lost their job to AI, who would have otherwise been watching this video.
You know they have AI reading resumes now.
Whack. Fucking. Like, the fact, like, if you even are big enough of a company to have a HR department to begin with, then you're probably fucking evil as shit, but that's another issue for another time and kind of a straw man argument to begin with. But, like, the fact that you can't even have a human person sitting at a desk looking over a resume and thinking, like, oh, yeah, this person seems legit. I just don't know how I feel about that.
It doesn't, like, get the final say. It's, like, pre-screening.
I guess. But, like, are you really that big of a company you have that many applicants in the first place?
Well, here's the other thing, too, is that it's out there looking for shit like
all right,
synergy and...
I'm gonna go get a bigger paper.
Yeah, like synergy and fucking can multitask. I actually did research on multitasking.
Yeah.
And even though...
Oh, shit.
Even though we have to multitask for some activities... i.e., like us, we're cooks, we have to multitask.
Yeah.
Multitasking is not productive in most settings. Because your brain doesn't truly focus on multiple things at once. It retains where you're at with different tasks.
Yeah.
And then you switch between them. So multitasking is like juggling.
Yeah, it's better to find one thing to focus on and then multitasking in the intermittents.
Well, because you're losing time and you're losing processing when you're switching between tasks.
Right.
It's like when you're juggling, you have to catch the ball and throw it again. So there's that little bit of extra effort. That takes away from your overall processing power.
Alright. So we're going to start this shit off with a gift that I got you.
Oh, it's almost my birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna cry. Hang on.
So I got this here. You know, you just opened it.
Yeah.
I got it from the grocery store. Down the street.
It could be one banana.
Down the street from me is a jewelry store.
Oh,
actually.
this is sick.
When I went to the grocery store, it's like the no name grocery, you know, right? Like next to it, right next to there is Sheena Jewelry, Xina.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna hang this in the grow room somewhere, like with my pot leaf pinata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if ever we shoot a gangster rap music video, like one of us gotta be wearing that chain.
It's the perfect place for a gangster rap. Well, not for you, because you'd have to fucking...
Hey, don't throw that shit at the microphone.
You'll have to be squatting the whole time, like down low like this with your arms.
No, that's okay. We'll just get low angle with me going over.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we only need about like 15 seconds of footage.
Because it's only like 5'2" down there.
Yeah. And I remember when you were just restaurant hopping, like way back when we were living in Littleton.
I'm so glad, oh my God.
Yeah, you went to, bro, ashtray's right here.
I made it at least not on the couch. You gotta give me some credit for that. This is why
I
have the robot vacuum, so I can just ash on the floor.
Fuck the robot vacuum. I mean, honestly, also, fuck my past self for not vacuuming, and I am currently fucking my future self by not vacuuming.
It's always fuck tomorrow, Zach. He's had a night's sleep. He will clean up this mess and restock this station.
Now, if I remember correctly, during your time as a restaurant hopper, fucking wherever the fuck, because everyone was hiring.
Yeah.
Back in fucking 2014, whatever.
Yeah. Always gotta be finding who's gonna pay more and then going there.
Your favorite line, or your favorite thing, I should say,
money,
about starting a new job was there would be a whole new group of people who had not yet heard you say,
better now that I've seen you!
And I don't say that to just
anybody. I don't say that to... Yeah, and then once they all figure out the
you
first...
You say that to everybody!
No, I'm lying when I say it to them. I only mean it when I say it to you! I love it! I forgot I said that a million times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I may have stolen... I only mean it when I say it to you.
That's fine.
I've gone that far.
That's fine. If I'm not there... You can absolutely take credit. If I'm there, you gotta give me credit. But if I'm not there, dude, all yours.
I mean, like, originally I got it from Steve, to be honest. Pretty sure you did, too. But
At the chateau,
yeah,
right?
I don't think anybody but you expanded upon it.
Yeah. They didn't get creative enough.
Yeah, I feel like at work I've just become a series of catchphrases.
Yeah.
Like some of them are stolen, a lot of them are stolen, some of them are original. Like, I think the dirtiest one that I've ever used, I would never use it on a woman, or I don't think I ever could use it on a female. The farewells are always the best opportunities, right? Like it's always when they leave out the door. And so I'll get to the dirtiest one in a second, but my favorites are just the the bye ellipsis, I'll miss you.
Yeah.
Or like elongated ellipsis, I love you.
I love
real desperate. Or even better, it's like, oh, when will I see you tomorrow? It's like, oh no, I'm off tomorrow. Like, I'm here on Thursday though. Oh no, I'm off Thursday. I'll see you in my dreams.
That's good.
So the like the worst, the absolute worst one. It was a rainy night. Stay dry, unless you're thinking of me.
Oh my god, that's vile. That's so bad.
It's not that bad.
That's pretty
it's
bad.
Really bad. There's one that I should probably stop using. I don't know how I get away with this one. All right. So, I'm sure you've seen the oh, that plate looks beautiful. Thanks. I tried to make it as pretty as you.
Oh, yeah, I say that all the time.
Yeah, that's a classic one. So when it's an employee meal,
I put extra parsley on this. I love when people tell me my food is good. I say because it's made with 20% extra love.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another one of mine. I put 2 teaspoons of love into every plate that I prepare. Minimum 2 teaspoons. I put 2 tablespoons.
I'll do the same thing, but where I'll say you get an extra 15, you get 135% of love. I give you an extra 15%. I do the same thing, but it's percentages.
Oh yeah, just up the percent. That's
You know what my favorite?
That fits with your style.
My favorite people are leaving lines are. They'll say bye, have a nice day, and I'll say, how am I supposed to do that if you're leaving? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And then also,
that's a really good one.
If they're like down the hall on their way leaving, I'll yell down the hall like, "You're gonna fucking leave me here with these people?"
Aww.
Those are my 2 favorites.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I'll do I'll throw in the stay pretty, or the very occasional stay beautiful.
Oh my god.
But I think the worst one that I continue to use is for an employee meal. They're like, oh, I'm so hungry for this. I'm, I can't wait to eat it. Like, oh, it looks so great. It's like, I can only hope that it tastes as good to your tongue as you do to my eyes.
That's so good. Oh my god. I gotta remember that. That's so good. I'm gonna make lunch for everybody on Wednesday when I'm back to work. I'm gonna make lunch for everybody and say that to every single person I work with. Every single one, bro.
I don't know. I usually don't. I don't do it to the guys. It's more like actually, no, I will.
Every single person I'm gonna say it to.
So we have a bell in my kitchen, right? Like it's a food's up bell, but like
is it like a bell or like a bell?
It's a gong.
What?
There's a string attached.
Oh my god!
Not a gong. I said gong. I meant like
yeah,
yeah, one of those. It's attached to a string so you can access it from Fry.
How abused does that get?
No, I take it very seriously.
I prefer shouting orders up.
Yeah, I like that one too. I'll do like as SpongeBob-y as I can. Order up!
That's like on a busy night, I'll shout down the line. I'm like motherfucking SpongeBob SquarePants down here, guys.
I'm ready.
I love on days where it gets busy. When it's slowed down from like the initial push, I'll look across the line to the general manager and go, "Hey, so when's it gonna get busy tonight?" They all get so pissed off when I say that because like I am by far the most like high volume line cook. So at this place, it's more about the food being correct than like by high volume or anything. So like when it does get busy, I'm just like do. Yeah, I think is today the 28th, dude?
30.
Oh, wow, yeah, it's my house anniversary was 2 days ago.
Yeah, your birthday's in 2 days.
Oh, fuck.
Why, what happened? 32?
Yeah, I drove it out of my head for a moment.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I keep saying at work, guys, I'm turning 23. I'm definitely not turning 32. I'm turning 23.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
I wish, bud.
Alright. This episode brought to you by Randy Wires. There we go. Hold that real close to the camera. Sponsor us.
Oh, that's good. Yes. I hope they do. So many. I'll smoke so many of these. Just send me free stuff and I promise I'll use the crap out of it. Ed can tell you, I really love free stuff.
Yeah. You smoke a ton of joints, yo. I wonder how I pick up my... Oh, yeah, the levels are still pretty even. Do you see the mural on the Hotel Vernon in Kelly Square?
I don't know if I've noticed that yet.
It's a bunch of... It's a bunch of like personified 3-story houses.
Oh, that's cool.
They, with like like little like arms and cartoon legs, and they're like bending and stuff.
That's like a great way to encapsulate this neighborhood, though, because it's just like hundreds of triple deckers. Ed, imagine the population density of this neighborhood. There's probably 1,200 people living within 1 square mile here.
Easily. I mean, I don't know nothing about statistics like that, but I believe if you tell I'm good.
Well, so if there's, let's say, Ed, there's 200 triple deckers, right? So that's 600 units. If the average unit size is 2.5 bedrooms, so we'll say the average unit holds 4 people. That's 2,400 people within this square mile.
Yeah, I believe it.
Would you believe that?
Yeah,
Would you believe there's 200 triple deckers? I would say that's a fairly accurate... Well, not... I would definitely not say it's fairly accurate, but I would say for the scope of trying to imagine, it's in
that's
a
ballpark. Decent ballpark.
Yeah,
is what I would say. Stay
in school, kids.
Yeah, keep your mind fresh.
I learned how to do that math in my macroeconomics class.
Mm-hmm. He's smart.
Yeah, I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart enough, guys. I should have gone to community college in the first place. It's really easy.
And it's cheap.
Yeah. No, it's free.
Yeah.
Right now it's free if you're over 25, which I will be soon. No, it's yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 32. Trust me, bro. It's not that bad.
I'm gonna make Alexis play that song all day on my birthday. This is my coworker at work.
Okay.
We need more weed, but
We need more weed.
let me go get my B- quality weed.
We have one more joint.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm either too high or not high enough, and I can control one of those things, so I might as well go with that solution, Ed. And it's smoking more weed!
Alright, so our second topic on this list are the 3 rules of cooking. Rule number 1, no knives in the sink. Rule number 2 is no knives in the sink. Fuck. Rule number 1, if it scares you, kill it with fire. Alright. Rule number 2, no knives in the sink. Which might as well be rule number 1. Rule number 3, if it disagrees with the person eating it, it's wrong.
If it disagrees with the person eating it.
If it disagrees with their palate, then, you know, like, they don't like it, they don't want to eat it. If it disagrees with their stomach, like if it makes them feel sick. Or if you're getting real fucking fancy, it disagrees with their eyes.
Or if it disagrees with their fucking snobbery.
Like, I don't like the way this plate is garnished.
I'm
allergic to parsley.
One time I got... This filet is cooked perfectly, but I don't like the seasoning. And it's like, that's the same seasoning we put on all red meat, bud. So if you, like, never eaten here before, I put that shit on fucking burgers. So you gotta know.
Shit on everything.
I don't like it. Well, I mean, not that it tastes bad. I just don't think we should be putting, like, it's like Montreal steak seasoning.
On burgers and steak. And
on burgers, steak. Fillets, and New York strips. And I just, like...
You don't need Montreal for a fillet.
I do what I'm told, bud. That makes my life simpler. They say put Montreal steak on shit. I don't fucking care.
Fair.
Okay. I care about making the food that I have to make in a nice and good presented, and so I'll up the presentation on things, all of that though. But if you say this is how we make that dish, this is what we're using for seasoning, I go, okay. My chef comes up and tells me to do something a different way, even if I think it's stupid. Compared to my way, I go,
oh yeah,
okay.
Marine logic.
And then here's the thing: if I really don't want to do something my chef tells me to do, I say, okay, and then I just don't do it. So like he told me that a while back. When I first started working there, they were cutting for burgers. They were cutting tomatoes in like half slices, and I think that's, like crescent halves or like half moons.
Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Why?
So, fuck that.
Yeah.
I cut rounds.
Yeah.
Because that's what you fucking do. So he was like, oh, we should do half moons. And I said, oh, okay, but I mean, I gotta use the rest of these. I'm not just gonna, like, throw these tomatoes out to do it a different way. And he was like, oh, okay. And then, so, those lasted a few days, and then I just never switched. And if he says something to me about it, I'll just be like, oh, I forgot about that. And then still not do it. And he'll decide eventually that's not worth fighting with me about.
I like that.
There are only millennials and Gen Z people working in our kitchen. So we all just kind of come in and try and have a nice day,
Wait, only millennials and Gen Z?
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone older than 35 in our kitchen.
So you're all millennials then?
No, there's someone who's 21, and there's a cook who's 26. Two cooks that are 26. So there's a smattering of older Gen Z, and then amongst the servers, there's a whole bunch of Gen Z.
I feel like this whole conceptualization of the American generations is comparable to astrology in just like a longer expanded form.
It's
like, oh, you're like Gen Z on the cusp of a millennial.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think there's a marked difference how different generations work and behave in the workplace.
Well, yeah, there's merit to it, but it's still just like positions of the stars and the planets.
Like boomers actively seek to shirk responsibility, and they look for shortcuts, and when things don't go their way, they get upset.
Yeah, I feel like those generalizations are exactly that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it doesn't apply to everybody, but, like, look at the last country club that I worked at, where I worked with a bunch of boomers. They were all fucking ill-tempered. They snapped at people. They had tempered, like, slamming walk-in doors. It's annoying. They call us babies at.
So we touched on rule number 2, be safe. Rule number 1, if it scares you, kill it with fire. Like I say this all the time, we've been cooking for 200,000 years. You don't got to be smart to do this shit.
No, you really don't. Oh my god, you do not have to be even slightly smart.
Like 2 of the best, like I would say maybe top 20 grill cooks. Top 30, man. I don't know. Like, either way.
Dumb as a sack of bricks.
Yeah. I can think of 2 really good grill cooks that I've worked with that were probably undiagnosed for in some way, shape, or form, and I know that I'm like using a slur.
It's all right. We can edit the slur out, bud.
Yeah, should I do a little beep on it? By the same token that like I wouldn't call a mentally handicapped person slow. Or I wouldn't call a physically handicapped person lame.
Yeah, but it's
like
really...
that. It is at the very base that level of insensitive with a potential for a lot more.
Well,
like a lot, you know.
It's like calling a mentally challenged person slow.
Yeah, because that's what the word means. Like that's what the word derives from.
It's just like slowness. If you're not thinking about it.
The condition used to be called mental retardation.
If you're thinking about, if you're just having a conversation and you're talking, it's easy to grab the wrong word, right? And
oh, no, now you're just justifying conversation.
No. What I'm saying is that, like, we're not all perfect, and it's the trying that matters. So, like, it's realizing that slow is not a thing you should call someone, but it's like, yo, if you accidentally say it, like, we don't... To try and be on guard like that is just ridiculous. But it's about the trying and just being aware and understanding. And, like, people should be allowed to make mistakes, but also to, like, be aware of them. So.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for saying retarded.
No, exactly. Like, I mean, but you have expressed that you understand why it was not the best thing to say. Well, but it's like,
I mean, then there's the R word with the hard R, and then the Boston version.
That's like when I do when I make tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce.
I TAH I always write on it.
All right. So, you remember when you met me, and like not long after you're like, you know, I kind of wish I had gone to like trade school and learned how to cook and like learn to be a cook so I would have this particular skill. Yeah. Because this field is cool. And I mean, like, you have to be crazy to be a fucking, like, in the food service hospitality.
Well, not even, so it's the same mindset too.
But like, I kind of feel like I've always been like into food. Like, it's always been my favorite thing. I mean, that and music, you know?
So to me, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I just folded.
Cooking is a job that I moderately enjoy.
Yeah.
There's other things I could do that I probably have to take a bit of a step down in pay, but I'd still be able to survive until I worked my way back up.
I would be a personal chef any day of the week.
I have considered that. I've considered, like, trying to look into working for, like, one super rich family.
Yeah.
Where you don't like live there, but it's like where you go to work every day. I have considered that heavily, because especially with my make scratch and with my allergen knowledge, I would be very qualified for that. But I don't know, line cooking and working in traditional restaurants is like the arcade game version of cooking, so it's like a rush. Is. Yeah, it is. They ring them up
fast-paced
at various speeds. If it was an arcade game, it would start out slow and then they just ramp up. Yeah. Wait, it is exactly like an arcade game.
Oh yeah, I think I rolled this too tight again.
So that's like, it does it for me psychologically. So I'd say this type of work is moderately enjoyable to me, and it's also taxing. It is, yes, but everything is taxing in a different way. I bet office people gotta get home and their brain is mush.
Yeah.
You know? And that's part of the reason that I cook, is because cooking doesn't require, like...
No, it's an E.
Like, I get bored really easily. It's like, I made 160 pieces of chicken piccata chicken the other day, where I had to trim them, pound them, egg wash them, and sear them. And that took a while. That was like a 3-hour job. No problem. But I get bored. I think I found the right job, finally, though, in terms of pay, in terms of the level of food that I'm working with, in terms of my coworkers, and then in terms of the hours. Because I'll tell you, Ed, what I've noticed recently is a huge reduction in, like, once you drive home and once you get home, you've been sitting down for like the first time or the first length of period for the day, and your joints hurt and it's a struggle to get out of the car in some ways, right? You know that feeling.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. It's an every so often thing right now, not a multiple times a week, noticeably every day kind of like ache.
Oh, for you?
Yes.
Dang.
So, well, no, it's not anymore.
Oh, okay, good.
Because I'm working better hours, and I'm doing a job where, I go sit down for a couple of minutes a bunch of times a day. Like, I'll be like, okay, I finished this cycle of things. I know that, like, even if I get a ticket the moment that I walk out, I can afford to sit down for 3 minutes. And that makes a big difference.
Dope. Yeah, no, that's usually when I work expo. Like, I have a good, like, it doesn't matter what comes in, I'll have, a 2.5 minute window to get back. And I mean, like, I try to make sure my fry guy knows how to finish the job if I am not there.
Yeah. So this is another thing, right? So, like, we have risotto, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know how they cook the risotto?
No, I don't want to know how they cook the risotto.
Exactly.
All right.
Because they don't do it the right way, Ed. It was one of the first things I was like, why we do it that way? Like, there's a way to do this.
All right. So,
and it's not this way.
So if I'm not...
Why do we do this?
If I were to cook risotto, it would probably still be wrong, but I would do it with butter. I would have some sort of broth, butter in a pan, add the thing, broth is going on the burner behind it. Just toast it in the pan with the butter for like a minute. Don't burn it. It's easy to burn, but it's also easy to make.
Yeah.
It's easy to fuck up, easy to make.
It's one of those things that once you know how to do it, it's easy as shit, but until you like have it down, then it's complicated sort of.
Would you put wine in your risotto? Because I don't know. I mean, you have no problem with that shit, right? Like I saw you with a White Claw the other day.
Yeah, no, I'm good. So I've come a long way. And
although you come to my bar, we serve Athletic, which I would assume is the best NA on the market.
You guys need to get High Noons for seltzers. If you don't have High Noon,
I think
you don't have seltzer. So we had beer they were getting rid of the other day, and it was like 4 packs of the tall cans of like a craft IPA. And the chef was like, "We're just getting rid of this. Do you want some of it?" And I looked, and it's an IPA, and it's like 8% alcohol, and I was just like, Nah.
I had.
I'm good. That's IPAs. I don't get what the thing with IPAs
oh, they're
is.
so good.
I don't get it.
I don't know. It's like it took me like by my third can to actually like them. What got me into them was the Lagunitas Maximus, because those were like 8% back when that was a big deal. Or it was just a high percentage beer.
Like,
and it was like, you know, it was actually kind of tasty. It was fruity.
I see why people would like it.
And bitter. It's a good bitter taste.
Because
if it's done right.
If you're someone who likes beer, I can see how an IPA would be like, you know, a nice balanced, strongly beer flavored beverage that's not like fucking Bud Light and Coors. All that shit is fucking beer flavored water. It's not beer, right? So I can see how a nice balanced IPA would be good for like beer people. And I guess it's just, as you know, I am not a beer person. I am a person that drinks beer sometimes.
And when you drank, you would drink to get drunk, which like vodka does the trick.
Right. So
yeah, keep him away from vodka, y'all.
No, once again, I'm not the same person that I used to be.
Yeah.
So I'll have like a nip and at most 2 of those because I don't want to feel crappy.
Unfair. So you would have no problem putting wine in your risotto?
No, yeah. In terms of alcohol and food, I'm not a big fan of things that taste like strongly of whiskey. Like
I love me some bourbon.
Outside of
probably my favorite hard alcohol right now.
Well, outside of barbecue. And then like I don't usually use
barbecue
vodka.
Changes everything.
I don't use vodka when cooking, but that's not an alcohol thing. That's just like I don't think vodka's a great flavor for anything. Like that's not like a
no,
it's
not a flavor. Vodka is the flavor of alcohol.
Yeah. I just don't get the point of like why would I deglaze with vodka when I can deglaze with wine, which is a much better flavor.
Exactly. And like fun fact, vodka is the Russian word for water. That's why it's like one of the most neutral spirits.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just learned within the last couple of years that IPAs didn't even originate from India. Like, they got nothing to do with India.
That surprises me not at all.
Yeah. All right, here's the deal. The India Pale Ale was developed by Englishmen who were throwing enough hops into their beer that it would last the entire ship journey to India. Because that's back when they were searching for it. So everything is named India.
That's so funny.
Back then. So you were talking about maybe potentially getting a job working for some super rich family as like a personal chef.
Yeah, I've considered it.
All right. To land the richest family possible, my plan is as follows: to become a celebrity chef and, you know, have some little like 8-year-old fall in love with me over the TV. Just be like, Daddy, I want that. Like Veruca Salt. And like boom, now I'm, you know, working for this family. Now I'm some like Alfred Pennyworth.
Mm.
Or, you know, like some tirade of butlers or, you know, housekeepers. Like I'm part of a team that makes up an Alfred Pennyworth.
Edward Singer, professional fancy man.
Yeah, but like to get adopted into that tirade, I would need to establish myself as a celebrity chef. So I've come up with a couple of names. All right, the first one is like, you know, one of my potential Food Network shows. Originally, it was going to be Ugly Chef, Sexy Food. That might still be the concept I go with, like, but I might want to shift away from that style.
The most grizzled, like one-eyed, most neck-tattooed, like contestants coming in.
No, not contestants. Fuck contestants. This is going to be like a, if anything, it's going to end up being like a diners, drive-ins, and dives type of deal. Mm-hmm. But like we're going to restaurants.
Oh, like
and stuff.
dumpiest place that's like.
No, but this one's gonna be more of like an actual like fancy shit. Like we're going to nice restaurants where like the food actually comes out on a plate looking good.
Well, but that's what
But we also like interview of like, you know, we feature like on one cook or like, you know, like maybe the head chef, maybe the sous chef, you know, anybody who's like who we could feature as a TV personality. He's like the, you know, like we give him a couple of interviews and like we interview like the servers at his work. Like we interview like the GM, like or like you know, you get one shot of a GM like rolling his eyes while he's telling a story or something. And you know, it's gonna be short, like 8-minute episodes maybe.
Do you do TikTok?
Yeah.
Do you know about Huddy Bistro?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We fucking like put videos of his on in the
I
past.
love Huddy Bistro.
Yeah. No. He's like. Yeah. That guy's funny as shit.
He did a great job a while back. He added a character and he did a really great job of. I think that might be my favorite TikTok.
So if we do make a show of that, and then you know I'm hosting it, you know maybe putting myself in the front in more of like a Guy Fieri position, then I would take the name Eddie Seeks, or if I'm going in a more Julia Child direction, you know where it's like me in front of the camera like da-da-da-da-da, this is how you do this shit, this is how like shit gets broken down and stuff. I would call myself the tall, hairy chef.
I got it.